What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to our PostgreSQL series. In this lesson, we're going to be learning about the having statement. Now, typically when we're writing different queries, we want to filter that data, and that is perfectly normal. We use the where clause for this, and it's something you're going to use in almost every query. But when we start doing aggregations, the where clause may not actually work. So let's go ahead and look at this. Let's say we want to group on the species. So we're going to come right down here. We're going to say group by. We're going to say species. Now, of course, with the group by, we need to put that in our select statement. And now we have to perform our aggregation. So all we're going to do is we're going to do the average, and then we're going to do the estimated net worth. Now let's go ahead and run this. Now right down here, we have our different species and our averages. Now, what if I want to filter on these averages? That's what we're talking about right now. Now, what you might want to do is come up here and say, well, now this is sitting in rows and columns. I can just use the where statement. I can use the where clause, and I can filter on this. And I can say where the average estimated net worth is greater than, we can say maybe 50,000. And let's go ahead and run this. And it's going to tell you right here that aggregate functions are not allowed in the where clause. So we need to get rid of this. Let's go ahead and I'm going to actually cut this. But we're going to get rid of the where. And we're going to come down here and we're going to say having. Now, having, in terms of the order of operations on how SQL is actually processing this on the back end, we can't use the where because where filters the rows before the group by actually processes. And so we can't filter on our data because the group by hasn't happened yet in terms of how it's actually being processed. So the having is what we have in order to filter based off of something that's already aggregated. So now let's paste this in. So now we're going to say having an average estimated net worth of greater than 50,000. Let's go ahead and run this. And now you can see we get an output. So we filtered down our data after we've aggregated it. Now there's a lot of different use cases for using the having statement. Let's come right down here. Let's actually copy this and let's select everything like we had before, just so we can see all of our data. And something that I will often use the having statement for is, let's say I only want to look at our data if they have a certain amount of sales, or they have a certain amount of times they've visited the website, or they have a certain amount of times that they've done X, Y, or Z. For our example, maybe I only want in my output where there are multiple people within a species, because some of these people only have one. And so we're looking at an average, and that isn't actually representative very well of like a Gungan. There's only one person. And so why would we need to look at the average? So this would be something that I would do. I would come up here and I want to look at the average estimated net worth, but only where it has a count of species. And then we'll come over here and we'll say where it's greater than 1. So let's go ahead and run this. The only species where there are more than one is the droid and the human. And so we're able to look just at these two outputs because we're able to filter on aggregations after things have ran. So this is something that I will often use this having statement for. I think it's really useful. It's something that confuses a lot of people when they first try it out, but hopefully when you see it like this, it's pretty straightforward. It's just for filtering data after you've aggregated it and grouped it. That's all we have for this lesson. I hope that you learned something. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next lesson.